Okay, tell us your story about the candy maker.
Well, there was a candy maker down on Kinnickinnick Avenue near Potter, and his name was George, and he made his own candy. And Arnold, I'm sure, used to go there and get his favorite maple walnuts.
Oh. I heard that George made beer, too.
Oh, go on. That's a comment by Mike. Let's see. Well, I don't know what happened to George because he's no longer there.
What kind of candy did he make?
Oh, he made everything, I think.
Like what?
I don't know. Chocolates, maybe. Peanut brittle, I don't know. What else could he make?
Lager?
Lager. Another comment by Mike. Let's see, what else? Well, I guess that's all I know about George. But the store he had was formerly owned by some people called Mussmen, and they had they called it a sweet shop. They had candy, soda, what else? Candy, soda.
The store was on the east side of the street,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And what was in there before? Mussman?
Mussman, the man's name was Mussman. And they had this confectionery store. And I think like they made their own Coca-Cola. They had the syrup and then added the
like
water.
a soda fountain, huh?
Like, it was a soda fountain, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't remember that. Do you remember that place, Carl?
Oh, yeah, George's.
What else
Sure.
did they
No,
have?
in Mussman's, before George's. Mom was
Oh.
saying in that same building there was a soda shop.
Yeah, I like this. It has a good raspberry flavor.
Because this was on the east side of the street, right? It was on the east side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
Couple doors from Potter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And did George live there in that upstairs?
I don't know.
Is he married?
I don't know that either.
Look at Carl write his evaluation.
He wasn't a young man. I don't know how old he was, but he wasn't.
How old was he?
He was at least middle age or more.
And what's your definition of middle age, though?
I don't know what he did before or where he went. I don't know what happened.
How old do you think he was?
Maybe in the 50s, or maybe even 60.
So 50 or 60 was middle age, huh?
Yeah. To me. These are very good.
Yeah, those are really good. You can almost feel the butter sort of ooze out of that filling, can't you? It's got a lot of fat in it. A lot of creaminess to it.
I don't know if Mother wants to add her.
Yeah. Mom, why don't you write down a couple comments on
Okay,
here?
we'll read it.
No, I don't think I can.
Sure you can. Just write down a couple words about what do you think of the candy. There's a big sheet of paper, so if you miss, that's okay. So how many people came to this concert last night, Carl?
Oh, there's 6 or 7 people in the group.
Yeah, maybe get an hour out here? I don't know. What other story do you want recorded?
How about a Michael story?
This doesn't have any of those. It was
Michael.
unremarkable. Oh, we talked to Richard the other day, too. What did he have to say? Richard and Dee Dee. What did Dee Dee have to say there? They're back in Hilton Head. They went to Alan and Julie's house for Christmas.
Oh.
Were they in New Jersey or?
Yeah, New Jersey now, yeah. Yeah, Alan moves around quite a bit, but he's been in New Jersey for what, 3, 4
Several years now.
couple of years,
Let's
yeah.
see. Well,
He said put it in a pen.
I think he's still with Subaru, right? Isn't that who
Right.
he
he
works
lives in what, Medford, New Jersey?
Yeah, like
Is
the
that
pizza
the
joint.
name of the town?
Medford, yeah.
for? Like the pizza, oh, you mean Medford, Wisconsin pizza joint. Is that what you mean?
No, Bernice and Erman lived in Woodstown, New Jersey, which is also close to Philadelphia, maybe about, I don't know.
Huh.
There was a big DuPont plant on the Delaware River there where Erman worked. But he was about 5 miles away from Woodstown.
Who worked there?
My cousin Erman there.
That's the same one you used to go visit in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Or Bernice?
When they retired, they moved to Florida.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did you guys ever look at buying land in Florida?
No.
No?
Mike has something
We
to
never-
sell you.
We never thought about buying anything in Florida.
Huh.
We always rented.
We saw a thing on Walt Disney the other day, and they were talking about when he decided that he was going to build the big amusement park in Orlando.
Yeah.
That one of the things they had to do was to buy up all this swampland, but they had to do it sort of secretly because they were buying it up a little bit at a time, and they were paying, I don't know what they said, $100 an acre or something like that, or $80 an acre for some of this swampland. So Disney would send his lawyers down there to do this and to look at the land and to buy a little bit at a time. But when the lawyer would come back to California, he would always go through other cities. He would sometimes fly out to Boston, and then from Boston to Chicago, and Chicago to Atlanta, and then maybe back out to L.A. So they were trying to cover their tracks and not let people know who was buying all this stuff up.
Yeah.
So they eventually got enough land that they decided that they could move ahead with it, and then before they actually got going, I think, is when Disney died.
Oh.
And then they weren't sure if they were going to go on with the project or not.
Yeah.
But they decided to, and they went ahead and they had to drain a lot of the swampland, so they pumped a lot of the stuff out. And then the actual complex itself is really sort of built on top of the land, and they built a
Okay,
whole
this is
big
boring. I'm
system
not gonna
of
record
tunnels and